Hi, I'm Rebecca at the Dry Eye Shop. About the middle of last week, I spoke with a customer with severe dry eye who was going to be undergoing surgery on the following Monday. She'd be going under general anesthesia, and she'd ordered some eye locks for use on her eyes in place of the paper tape that they normally use during surgery. And afterwards, she shared a story about her experience that I wanted to pass along. First, for context, what is an Eyelocc? This is the product I'm talking about. They come in a sterile package. There's a pair of them. They're an adhesive type product. You take the tab off the back, end up with a thing that looks like this, and it gets pressed down over your lid to hold your lid closed during surgery. They're actually also quite popular for dry eye overnight use, people with nocturnal leg ophthalmos where their lids don't close. So, and by the way, there's also a separate video, a very embarrassing one of me peeling one of these things off my face after a bunch of other tapes, so my face is kind of a mess. But anyway, you can watch that one if you want to see more. Bottom line is they're designed for use during surgery, and like I said, we use them in general for night dry eye as well. And going back to last week's customer, like I said, it was important to her to have this product in particular instead of paper tape when she went through surgery. She had been through a lot of surgeries and she knew what would work for her and what would cause new eye problems that she really did not want to have to deal with when recovering from the surgery itself. So the reason we ended up on the phone was it wasn't clear whether the order she had placed was going to arrive in time. So for peace of mind, we ended up sending out another one via FedEx 2-day, and thankfully all the Eyelocks got there in time. So after surgery, she shared a story with me that I really want to pass on about how actively sometimes we have to advocate for our needs and some changes that she would like to see in the system. I'm going to just read direct from her email. So she said, "The Eyelocc product was successful. The anesthesiologist listened to my request, read your invoice and instructions, along with my detailed cornea specialist explaining both the need for protection of the corneas that require moisture chambers and sterile single-use products. Despite all the pre-op prep documentation and explicit real-time discussion right before my surgery with my anesthesiologist in the presence of his nurse anesthetist, this nurse tried to put a cross of paper tape from a non-sterile roll of tape in the OR just before sedation. I always request to be conscious going into OR so that I can position my body from the gurney to the OR table due to spine hardware alignment and additional special needs for intubation and eyes. I desperately stated, 'No tape on my eyes!' And she became insistent and rude, arguing that I needed the tape. The anesthesiologist calmly walked to my head and asked if I would prefer him to place the eyelocks over my eyes or me to do it. I asked for him to place them as I participated in directions. It was professionally resolved, and in post-op, the Eyelocc was gently and easily removed by the recovery nurse. My eyes were moist, and there was no skin irritation. Hooray! I share this lengthy email in hopes of becoming an ally for other patients' eye protection during surgeries. I believe it is imperative to include it in medical protocol to spare additional patient responsibilities, to educate, and even battle for patient rights in OR, especially despite repeated requests and explanations and documentation." That's Christy's story. Thanks for listening. See you next time.